Ever entertained the whimsical notion of doing your weekly shop whilst precariously balanced in a small wooden boat? Welcome to Thailand, where supermarket aisles occasionally involve actual waterways. It's shopping, but not as you know it, Jim. Picture this. Instead of pushing a wonky trolley, you're gliding through a bustling canal, your fellow shoppers and vendors, also in boats. It's a veritable flotilla of commerce, a kind of water-based ballet where the dancers are trying to sell you coconut ice cream and tiny, brightly colored elephant trousers. It's utterly charming, and slightly bonkers. Forget your air-conditioned malls for a day. This is retail with a splash. These aquatic emporiums are thriving, drawing in curious souls from all corners of the globe. We come seeking authenticity, a glimpse into a different way of life. Or perhaps we just really want a fresh pineapple smoothie served directly from a boat. So, buckle up your life vest, metaphorically speaking. We're about to embark on a journey into the heart of Thailand's floating markets. Prepare for vibrant colors, tantalizing smells, a cacophony of sounds, and the ever-present gentle rocking of the boat. Long before an American tourist could even dream of complaining about Wi-Fi speeds in Bangkok, Thailand was a land of rivers and canals, a vast network of waterways that crisscrossed the landscape. These waterways weren't just pretty scenery, they were the original motorways, the arteries of the nation, bustling with activity. People lived by the water, traveled by the water, and naturally traded by the water. The canals were the lifeblood of communities. Roads were a rather novel and probably quite dusty afterthought in many regions for a very long time. The focus was always on the waterways. These floating markets, or Talat Nam, weren't initially designed as charming tourist attractions. They were essential hubs of commerce. They were born out of sheer necessity, a practical solution for communities living along the sprawling network of canals. The markets were vibrant and full of life. Farmers would load their wooden boats with fresh produce, navigating the waterways to reach their customers. Housewives would paddle out with home-cooked delicacies, adding a personal touch to the floating markets. An entire ecosystem of commerce would spring to life on the water's surface, creating a dynamic and bustling environment. It was the original farm-to-boat-to-customer model, incredibly efficient and wonderfully direct, minimizing the need for intermediaries. Imagine the scene centuries ago, wooden houses on stilts lining the canals, creating a picturesque and functional living environment. Boats laden with everything from exotic fruits and vegetables to fish fresh from the river, offering a diverse array of goods. The gentle lapping of water against the hulls, the chatter of vendors, and the vibrant bartering for goods, it was the daily rhythm of life. This daily rhythm was a testament to the ingenuity and adaptability of the Thai people, who made the most of their natural environment. Then, progress happened. Roads were built, cities expanded, and the landscape began to change. The reliance on canals for transport and trade began to dwindle, as modern infrastructure took over. Some floating markets faded into memory, becoming quaint historical footnotes, reminders of a bygone era. But others held on, adapting and evolving with the times. The spirit of these markets, however, endures, a living testament to Thailand's rich history and culture. Stepping into a boat at a Thai floating market is to plunge headfirst into a sensory carnival. The air is thick with a heady perfume woven from 1,000 different threads. There's the sweet scent of ripe mangoes and sticky rice, mingling with the sharp tang of lemongrass and galangal sizzling in a wok. Then a wave of charcoal smoke from grilling meats drifts by, followed by the delicate fragrance of jasmine garlands. And yes, occasionally, the slightly less poetic aroma of diesel fumes from a passing longtail boat, and the sounds. It's a cacophony, a beautiful, bewildering orchestra conducted by no one in particular. Boat engines sputter and roar, vendors call out their wares, and the air is filled with the sizzle of food cooking and the laughter of children. Visually, it's like someone cranked the saturation dial to 11 and then threw a party. Brightly painted boats bob on the murky water, piled high with an artist's palette of goods. Amidst this vibrant chaos, you'll find the souvenirs. Some are genuinely lovely handcrafted items that speak of local artistry. Others, well, let's just say their charm is more immediate. Tiny carved elephants, keyrings, and t-shirts with slogans that probably lost something in translation. But even these have their place, don't they? They're part of the fun, the slightly kitsch side of the adventure. The actual act of shopping in a floating market is an art form in itself, a delicate dance of pointing, smiling, and occasionally mild panic. It's a unique experience that combines the thrill of discovery with the challenge of communication, often without a shared language. Forget orderly queues or clearly marked prices. Here, the market is a living, breathing entity, constantly shifting and changing. This is a far more organic and, let's be honest, haphazard affair. The boats jostle for position, vendors call out their wares, and the air is thick with the scent of exotic spices and fresh produce. You spot something you fancy, perhaps a steaming bowl of boat noodles being expertly prepared by a woman in a conical hat. The aroma alone is enough to make your mouth water. Now, how to acquire said noodles? This is where the fun begins. The process is part of the adventure, adding to the charm of the experience. First, you must attract the vendor's attention. This can be a challenge in the bustling environment, but it's all part of the game. This can involve a polite wave, a hopeful shout, or simply staring intently until they notice your longing gaze. Sometimes a combination of all three works best. Once contact is made, the transaction begins. It's a moment of connection, however brief, between you and the vendor. If you're lucky, your boatman will act as an intermediary, skillfully maneuvering your boat alongside the vendors. This can make the process much smoother. If you're less lucky, you might find yourself engaged in a complex ballet of reaching across churning water, trying to pass money and receive goods without either ending up in the canal. It's a test of balance and coordination. Haggling is part of the experience in many Thai markets, though at the more tourist-centric floating markets, prices for souvenirs can be a tad optimistic. It's all part of the cultural exchange. For food, prices are generally fixed and incredibly reasonable. You can enjoy a delicious meal without breaking the bank. The sheer variety of goods on offer is astonishing. From fresh produce to handmade crafts, there's something for everyone. Beyond the incredible array of food, you'll find clothing, hats, handmade soaps, wooden carvings, paintings, and all manner of curiosities. Each item tells a story waiting to be discovered. Patience, dear traveler, patience is a virtue here. Embrace the chaos, enjoy the journey, and you'll find the experience truly rewarding. When one speaks of Thai floating markets, Damnoen Saduak often springs to mind. It's the poster child, the one you've seen in countless travel brochures and Instagram feeds. And yes, it is undeniably photogenic, a chaotic swirl of boats, tourists, and vendors selling everything under the Thai sun. It's also incredibly touristy. The experience can feel a bit like a theme park ride at times, a well-oiled machine designed to process visitors efficiently. But is it still worth seeing? Perhaps, if only to say you've been. The approach to Damnoen Saduak is often part of the adventure, a long-tail boat ride through narrow canals, past stilt houses and lush greenery. Once there, prepare for a sensory onslaught. Boats jostle for space, vendors expertly paddle their way through the throng, and the air is thick with the smells of cooking food. Then there's Amphawa Floating Market, which offers a slightly different flavor. It's typically an afternoon and evening market, particularly popular on weekends with locals as well as tourists. Whilst still bustling, it can feel a tad more authentic, perhaps a little less overtly geared towards the international visitor. Each has its own peculiar charm, its own brand of delightful madness. So after all this talk of dampness, diesel fumes, and the distinct possibility of an errant oar, why on earth would I suggest you subject yourself to a Thai floating market? Why would anyone willingly dive into this seemingly chaotic environment? Well, precisely because of all that, it's the chaos that makes it so uniquely enchanting. In a world that's becoming increasingly homogenized, where one shopping mall looks much like another, these markets are a vibrant, technicolor shout of defiance. They stand as a testament to the rich tapestry of human culture and tradition. They are a reminder that commerce doesn't have to be sterile, that human connection, even a fleeting one over a bowl of noodles passed between boats, still matters. It's these small, seemingly insignificant interactions that add depth to our travel experiences. It's wonderfully, beautifully inefficient. And in that inefficiency lies its charm. It's about the sheer, unadulterated experience of it all. The sights, the sounds, the smells, they all come together to create a sensory overload that is both overwhelming and exhilarating. It's about the stories you'll collect, far more valuable than any mass-produced souvenir. These stories become a part of you, enriching your life in ways you never imagined. You'll remember the taste of that perfectly ripe mango, bought from a smiling woman whose boat was piled high with sunshine. The sweetness of the fruit will forever be linked to that moment in time. You'll recall the thrill of navigating the watery traffic, the sounds, the smells, the feeling of being utterly immersed in something so different from your everyday life. It's an adventure that engages all your senses. These are the moments that stitch themselves into the fabric of your memory, the ones that make you feel truly alive and wonderfully far from home. They are the essence of what makes travel so enriching. Yes, you might get a bit wet, but isn't that part of the fun? You might accidentally buy something you don't strictly need, but those unexpected purchases often turn out to be the most cherished. But isn't that part of the joy of travel? To discover new things, to make spontaneous decisions, to let go of the rigid plans and just go with the flow, to step outside your comfort zone, to embrace the chaos, to allow yourself to be surprised and occasionally bewildered. These are the experiences that make travel so rewarding. These markets are a living, breathing piece of Thai culture and history, and to witness them, to participate in them, even for a few hours, is a privilege. It's a glimpse into a way of life that has been sustained for generations. So, go on, take the plunge. Dive into this vibrant chaos and let it sweep you off your feet. You might just find that a little bit of aquatic retail therapy, complete with its delightful absurdities, is exactly what you needed. It's an experience that will leave you with memories to cherish for a lifetime.